Okay, excuse me if I sound a little weird. It's because I'm just getting over being sick. But with the state of both the world and the Vocaloid community right now, it is so easy to be a doomer. It is so easy to just give up and say, oh, everything's AI now. Everything's bad. Why should I even try anymore? I sound like I'm gonna cry, but I'm just sick. But that's the last thing we should be doing. I know it's hard, I know it's tiring, but we should still continue to care. If we stop caring, then we let these people get away with it. These people, as in people that use AI and play it off as their own creations and continue to profit off of it. Giving up lets the people doing wrong get away with it and also makes it harder for the real people, the real artists, to do what they're doing. What we need to do is stay positive. I know how hard that is, and I know it sounds crazy, but we need to stay vigilant. We need to not give up. We need to be a little bit more considerate regarding real producers, because when you say that, oh, everything's AI now, oh, I give up trying to figure out if it's AI or not, you're giving up on real people too. And that makes it harder for real producers to get anywhere in this kind of environment where AI is so prevalent and people are getting away with it and making who knows how much money off of it. I know it's tiring and not everybody has the time to, hyper analyze every single song and say, oh, this is suspicious, this is AI. I believe that most of our questions should be brought to somebody who knows what AI sounds like or specializes in identifying it before coming out of the wazoo and just saying, oh, this sounds like AI and accusing what might be a real person of using AI. And that's prevalent in the art community too, where like something is suspicious and, people will just immediately jump to commenting on the original post saying, oh, this looks like AI. And that further beats down on the real creators. I'm not one to compare, but if it's this hard for you to keep going in this community and keep trying and persevere with seeking out the truth and staying vigilant. Imagine how hard it is for those real producers. I know a lot of them have completely given up one way or another, and it's just making it easier if what they see is that nobody cares, or the impression they get is that nobody cares anymore. I've also heard the argument where it's like, oh, what does it matter? AI is destroying the planet. This planet is screwed up anyway, and we'll all die eventually. And I'm like, how lazy do you have to be to immediately jump to the worst conclusion? You don't want to think about solutions at all. I know you don't think solutions will work, but that mentality is exactly why no solutions will work. And whenever somebody brings up a solution that might actually work, you're going to go, oh, whatever. It's all doomed anyway, and shoot it down. So what do you want? Do you really want change, or do you just want to sit around and be complacent in the destruction of what is good? It pisses me off, where it's like, oh, there's bigger problems. Oh, yes, there is. There's a lot of problems going on right now. But you know what? We don't need another one. We don't need another one adding onto everything else. And we've seen the harm AI has done. It's not only taking up clean water, it's raising the prices of things, which are already much higher than they should be. So that we don't need help on that. And not to mention just the overall harm it does to real creators by, just stealing everything. Doesn't matter if it's copyrighted. It's cool. I'm lying. Freaking AI psychosis is crazy. I know that more applies to like chatbots and stuff like that, but still in that unethical AI section. And no, I'm not one of those people that hates all AI. Like, I know the difference. And I know there's so many people that are like, well, I know the difference between ethical and unethical AI. And then they continue to like support like Suno and stuff like that. And they're like, well, I'm just keeping up with the industry. Shut up. Shut up. If you need AI to keep up with the industry, then the industry isn't for you, okay? I know the industry is changing, and it seems to be more beneficial to just use AI to do everything for you. But that's, you're missing the whole point. The industry only has value because people in it put effort into their shit, okay? If nobody tries on their shit, then it's all moot. Anybody can do that. They can just type a sentence and be like, yep, guys, I made that. Can we go back to hope maxing? I don't think it's delusional to keep hoping, to keep looking for a better solution. That's not delusional. It's still very much in the cards. It just seems impossible to a lot of people because of time, of effort, things that they don't have to expend on this kind of stuff. And you know what? If you need to give up momentarily and say, I'm just going to take a break and listen to like songs from this period and before to make sure that it's not AI. That's fine. Take a break. I know that not everybody can take the strain of getting slapped in the face multiple times over and over again with that song you liked, that new song. Oh, it's AI. I bet you feel stupid. But you feel stupid for falling for it. Which that is also a dumb ass argument. Like, shut up. Stop making about it like a, oh, I'm better than you kind of thing just because you want to dunk on people. I don't know. People making fun of those who actually like do end up falling for it are just exacerbating the point of hopelessness for those people. You're just making it so much harder for those people to keep pushing, to keep continuing listening to new music and saying, well, now that I know the things I know, it will be easier for me to tell in the future, and we'll take this and move on from it. Beating down on ourselves is not the solution. It's never the solution. So don't be a doomer. I know that's a fire song, not to mention the fact that Tokyo Manaka, the one that made Doomer, just proceeded to use AI on his next song, which, oh boy, that really disappointed me. Might make a video about that, but I mean, I don't know how long I can talk about it. It's not much. Made a post on my Tumblr about it and how I feel about it. But support and appreciation is so powerful. And I feel like people don't realize that enough. Your love and appreciation and saying, oh, this song is fire. Even like the most basic comments will keep that real producer going. You can say, cool. You can say, cool. And that will be enough. What we don't need is more people saying, oh, I don't know what to trust anymore. I give up trying to figure out what is good and what is bad and what is AI and what is not AI because so many people decide to be liars and like hide it. Which like that's a whole different thing. We can get to that later. But like don't let them win. I know it's easier said than done, but don't let them win. I'm tired too. Brother, I'm exhausted. I'm sick. I got sick. I'm still thinking about this shit. We need to get mad. Not overly mad. We don't need to harass anybody. That's too far. But we need to get passionate about these things because passion is what gets us places. And I'm not saying burn them at the stake. Oh, it's a witch hunt. Oh, kill everybody that uses a smidge of AI. No. What we need is more respectful people with that passion of keeping the community genuine to respectfully reach out, try to find the producer that you're suspicious of, find their email or a contact of some sort and contact them privately, say, hey, I have some worries. I didn't want to bring this up on your main channel for fear of, staining your reputation when I don't know anything for sure yet, but these are my concerns. And you know what? They can lie to you. They have no obligation to tell you the truth. You're a random person asking them about their music process. They might continue to lie. And you know what? That's them. That's their fault. If they continue to push you away and refuse answers when their work is genuinely, when it's valid to be questioned about it due to one thing or another, then that just incites more investigation and, actions outside of that producer's control. So it goes from like a controlled situation where you're just talking to the producer to I think they're still lying. I'm going to go do more investigation on them and discuss it with other people to get their opinions, and then it gets real out of hand pretty quickly. And then, inevitably, which I hate the internet, but inevitably that producer might start getting death threats. And you know what? They might have not been lying. It's all just, and see, this is why people give up, because it's so complicated. And I get that. I get that it's annoying and it's complicated and it's stupid and dumb. But we need to keep fighting for the actual producers. Giving up is so easy. I mean, it's quite literally the same thing as being pessimistic versus optimistic. It's so easy to be pessimistic. But the people that continue to be optimistic in situations like this are the strong ones. And I know if you don't care about being strong or the better person, then whatever. But don't you feel bad for everybody you're giving up on indirectly by giving up on detecting music in the first place? And this isn't victim blaming. I know people will still be doomers, but I'm trying to say that it should not be as normalized as it is. On every single post I make relating to AI, there's a plethora of people saying they're just going to straight up give up. And you know how depressing that is? I don't want to be the person to make people give up. By exposing people who use AI in this community, I don't think that I should be the one to take away the rest of the hope from so many people. I feel like we're focusing on the wrong thing. Oh, everybody's using AI. No, and people, sounds like I'm glazing myself, but like people who do call it out are the reason we should keep trying. Because if we react negatively to people calling people out and it's like actually proven, it discourages the person calling it out in the first place because now they're seeing everybody give up on the community and as a whole, and then they feel responsible for it. even though it's not their fault. They're just the one exposing that person for using AI in the community. It's I don't want to be the reason for that. And I know it's so easy to say, oh, we should have more positive videos, we should have more positive content, question mark. But you know, the reality is that it's not even that just negative things get more attention, which they do on social media. Everybody knows that. It's that there are a lot of situations that need awareness brought to them, and there isn't enough energy or time or resources for most regular enjoyers to figure this out themselves. So, in an effort to help, people publicly call them out. And unfortunately, that's just normal now. That's how you get awareness, that's how you get people to be updated. I don't enjoy making this. I mean, I hate it when people call it a drama. It's a drama considering this producer. Like, yeah, technically, but it's a lot more than that. I don't know. I'm just yapping at this point, but don't be a doomer, guys. It's so easy to be a doomer. Don't take the easy way out. We gotta keep fighting. And if you can't keep fighting, let the people who are fighting keep fighting. I know not everybody's gonna have the energy to keep going, but you gotta listen to the people who do. The genuine people that are out there looking for truth. And that's a fine line. We've got so many nuances between, like, oh, what is respectful, what is not respectful, how should we call somebody out, etc., etc. But we need to correct those who aren't respectful so they can learn, and we can keep looking for the real producers in here and all this. Basically, don't see a call out post and don't take it as a sign to give up. Take it as a sign to keep going, because the post that you're reacting to is somebody that genuinely cares about the situation enough to make a whole video about it and fight for the community they're in. This should not be a sign for that community to give up. It should be a sign to keep going. That's my little rant, I guess. Regardless, I'm gonna keep calling people out, now with a lot more consideration. But don't fall victim to the negative narrative that so many people are pushing as normal now. They have a reason to, obviously, but normalizing it doesn't help anything. Yeah. Goodbye.